adwuma ne omo nda so nya adwuma anyom na azugunu omo ko atake ekobo kro no ewo casino no a ewa asankragua no anyom na adane amrobesa omo hanti nkrofo ekum nkrofo je nkrofo niema anye sa nkrofo ya na wo mkotu galamse ewa tiwa emo mbeka se presidency ene soma wo mo wonim se me no ka sei na no pon director of transport wonim se omo nadi why sampana Samson Sampana so your friend say na no pon director of transport our presidency ya yinadi because your friend say galamse kasa e free your presidency eko tu galamse no na no pon no anya so wode ma endi senga mo yinadi a mo ma yehunu adekro na mo prosecute no militant bay ene chen we militants bay ene chen sa ade a yete ho e okroma wo firi akoduru Burkina ade do so what bi wo Ghana eya wo akufado na ada no wo pretty illegal militant group efra SWAT. What is the difference between SWAT and Al-Shabaab? What is the difference between SWAT and Boko Haram? What is the difference between SWAT and ISIS? One operations boni omodi e okrom ha enipa obokum say yesi your friend say militants at a desert no so ebe attack Burkina yati krom ha yadi militants na tia o omo be attack regional coordinating council ni yakukuru eho hwe opariado papa panimu wa so odwon sokora na nkola ni gira ne so wey enya militants de ya okoka ya manka okoka asem no so sa na tie no na mo say o say crash of silence na o keka we unim nyansa wadwi na nya adwuma. What militant group ni bi okrom ha who operate bi wo presidency e bi adane armed robbers sanya kufodo nkaminim se ye de state car ekwa akro no bo wey eye open wo news mu ye che obi armed robber obo ha ni abena so oye adwuma on national security. Oba shaka kroma de asem no wasore waste o my sika just like that. Men kasa onwa kasa ne huni mfaso efiso wi ase onipa bia ho mfaso but president no odiro mfaso bia ni so mfaso bia ni so e ma Ghana man o kwa akobua na national security e ka che yisi say ohwe ye no want to turu nyama ye na amanfo ani abre amanfo do mani abre ofadapa amanfo ani abre yende bi na ada o amanfo ani abre papa sa video no anra me yiye no fatu so mam me yi sa akopem so ombe ye hu bibi because o de send o ma mfi ana me o ma me kwai me ma o office na se obia onu ye mesin ni me se professional soldier bia ni ho a ye besoma ne se koya adwuma obia onu no ye innocent gina ni baabi na okoya kra no se nipa no was site wa chino what did am police ha say ye maha so simple akaka base that's a Rollins 90 years kura kufado ebe awie yo Rollins 90 years. Sanya nsano na ese azugune kenda panu esua. So onipa de obeye bia beba wieye. Ene nkrofo a ayi 70s ni 80s ani 90s mu na wo mu dia kaka bensam ne ene ne bi wei. Ebi abon kokora yare de dadem. Ebi dwane ye kufo ba na ebi dwane ye ebi ko wu wo nkronkro so basa. Tinkaweni eye nyansasua Sa video we eno me ye ene mese yi obi ye na dwuma eye obi na age edayura no anka something baby o na asoja for when kasa asoja for because you see Ghana military where amana no kwa Ghana military dia awono eye sa SWAT for militant group na Akufo-Addo ate e presidency no Ghana ni ba na edidua e bono sa aboa simply because o amazing ono ya na dwuma oni bibia ono oniska ye de to sa asase chado asase oni bi ono dan yesiwe oniska kro de to cement oni bi obi na eja ono se be ya one ne yire ne ma obenya be ya yemfa se ede ye market say 15 cities 20 cities okofia watomore waton nkruma kakra wato amane na eja wode kwana ne yire so ya aduane wadi bi edi so abeto no site wa ono de ne bone awaye no ene say enti nipa asoja for militants by 5 these guys na militants omu bia no omu ye professional soldiers nipa ba oda form woni mo struggle woni mo anya hwe oda form ena mo dia ba ebo no and all these guys are in the system who sankrofo we nyina wo mesi Akufo-Addo ebedi omampani awie no agya militant group e wo kroma mo de mo te wo mbewu ye ka bibia obia nti se ade akwa ne ye no wo de asem be gya ye so because boni opeso odi oman no ontimi ninwie enti obeya so obegya boni e de amaye ofiri adru Burkina meanwhile you are operating a militant group Ofiri adru Burkina eko ka ho asem. All right, so that's it. Live on Accra 100.5. Let's do the camera. Let's do it in the house. Let's do Akwa Minia.
Omana bejoso.
Boko there.
Yehu anu me.
Minia Tamaklo wa say David Akwa.
Me happy.
Boko there.
Boko sawo.
Na so say the uko sales ache.
Na say a friend say on Bible
uko sales ache papa
you heard e besi
so unim say nanado na omo echi no tumu or Rolling Stone bebre say de omo achi watum yi a we come to okay so we can see in Africa man no dem bebre dodo
asemo
because demonstration ba kupa kura okodi animu no tese yaso mu ada
receive mu nyina wo
wadi ya see in fanto aba man na we lead demonstration anyway so we be aboko there
yamiadum
amewu issues ni broni lady no hafa
say no I say court send me abem ntino me can want some baby actually make can want some but yes
say strategy omu use no what the young court no man can view so court no use you want to actually the young court no man can was view say strategy of offer no to am court na nsi me book court by 1000
you so mun koso
there is Odia said that for court because some court are saying can was and you fast na court no man can was say a new strategy of adapted no
injunction too
say
no even before the court injunction arrives no the court's case ni mawo kwan mawo ntimi express it the details
there is court
now I know quite who the entire muhammad because already the culture of silence umpo upese beku the culture of silence presidency nankasa guard ntino enukwa is enough for them but you heard the beku say them
no but you see say no mun use brute force because someone say after the Ghana for so mu di share wo because gradually amount for we kia unti say ne mo be share ye wo street there me dey go court na ka wonu tuma say ne
insult that point ni a
oje say so mo use different tactics no it is a court to say ka wonu tum
na say be kwan no
because the court say to ka wonu tum don't mean ka say culture of silence
say baby a wo ko there say hon kwa na wo ko there kwan bi adu be ko
no but the point is so anybody court akoji injunction wa court and I say which means you must just refrain from talking about that particular issue. Wagageo, but we use another back door, which I mean is legal.
Say na say, em say omo ya hu ye start say yes central for na ye fasema ye di nsakaya na eja to. Ye hu de kaka na eja to ntino. Omuchi nipa ba ho edi wo kokota na omo maka no bia ye kum. But o say ye nyina ye di yasutu na ye hwe friends and defamation you know. Ye said that hwehwe mi ye pa media house bia the ade na edru no ufa emrano say woni wa wontimi ano afa lawyer ya be chechiro mu de e was a way say dey e be kan nyina kasa bo ahye ma a friend say no ma be koboni.
That's true.
Yesu de ye na oman mu say e ka say a friend say the arms of governance are
Fourth.
yeah na amanfo nyina ni dai so say ye bo a friend say oman no ho ban a te say watchdogs nti he say ye lusu sa you know na ya ka amanfo na te say ye nyina ya
because they say as omo use different weapon and we should have a solution to that. Yeah, we should have a solution to that. I think we need to start brainstorming.
I'm say Joy FM we need case be etia em say one of the issues FDA yeah lawyer no nikoji yesi okoji bribe okay. Friends say or the injunction it said before mbe publish this story you cannot the injunction akoto omo so and the injunction no judge no bua say untimi a friend for sorry no it was for in public interest.
Yes.
And a public interest in you cannot stop it.
Injunct it, yeah.
Say a basse who found who they or the call human right court. It's a who found who they and there. If any damage is caused you, now a substantive issue, no, a bois, a mawa, we can repair that damage.
Yes.
Yeah.
But what the damage that would have been caused the public interest, no. To me, and
unim David, the problem here, I keep on telling people, say, yeah, build a content. Say, without news content, there is no need for us to on our microphones.
Yeah.
And then I may say,
yeah.
We mean DJ, mean to be mama me bonyo, and I mean to be mama me. So, you build a content, and the content now you building comes with issues. I mean, state issues are among for interest women.
Yes.
I didn't say, yeah, it's your responsibility. Of course, a content I building, but responsibility in this here, the thing must not hurt, must not destroy somebody's reputation.
Yeah.
When unnecessarily.
Unnecessarily.
Until a processes were I was say a few months and I build this our content, you know, and but that. Power no kuta omo, they shouldn't use that to gag us from following genuine issues.
No, but you see, it's subjective. It depends on any panel, baby, or free banning, baby, or what here.
Yeah.
What do you say? You say, you boot dynam for what the here.
What's the dynamic?
What's in Sofiano? The need but say, count down. So now it depends. Like, it is a FDA, you nearby issue, you see. Yenya ba me so nim say a public interest story. But when microphobia diagram the weapon or more use then they told her quickly go to court. Nakwaji Johnson. What can I say? A soldier for no a story no so Erastus Donko.
Yeah, Erastus. Yeah.
Also me the same thing.
Quickly they went for
a soldier for
equipment I say no. A true name to me and Yajmo. And no more back court. In the court, no so say court no share here. The corrupt element.
They only aid them.
But then it comes to the point. Say maybe.
Yeah.
Ebia this current administration in the justice system now they have confidence always to run to court.
Not necessarily. Direct me about say corrupt elements. No, e will court also. Court.
Say the.
Said the executives no corrupt elements woman. Judiciary so corrupt element in the mono or moon crop for enough for more politics any or more other sectors of society no. When they connive, they collaborate. Now say judiciary no omwanya friends or omwanya firm grip of themselves. And who say sa judiciary no a man for the enye omo a ya pa omo so omo judges no omo de so omo hu no sa omo ma omo sa friends omo yi omo ni su free su kakra bi pe corrupt elements no be hide wo they will make that place how do I call it a hatchery of corruption
anyway. That's it. Live Accra 100.5. And they are on Komobe Brady. And then Kobani is so simple. We share a year daily graphic a publishing and a year scandals are hodwa asha see PAP. And then you come and say boom. And if we are in a situation you see economic hardship, now say you see economic hardship will be untighten the belt, then we have a government within 7 days they are battling with scandals. The first scandal a clock sack and a Ghanaian friends graphic a report clock sack angry over alleged pension funds diversion. Now assembly is so simple. Clock sack no asemo makan nyina no public sector workers employees pension scheme and one na omutua association no musika edefa omo da sorry one day 58 okay sorry yani a new scheme omo ate and omo divert 58 million Ghana cedis e dia kosa new scheme no mo PSWEPS no clock sack for no sika a year pension a year tete omo kakra no. This government are diverted 58 million Ghana cedis. At their Kogu account to be more clock sack, they are not aware, they were not informed. Yanka bibia and chira womo. Right? Or say, and the when say omo esha say ehwi glyco report. You know, it's an insurance. Glyco is an insurance company. One more report on the bread. A cross access Sikani 53 million, which means 5 million Ghana cedis a year, which is 50 billion a year. Trekking, almost diverted from the main scheme no account and the Kogu a year for a friend of public sector workers employees pension scheme. To 58 no equal no. Omni koduro munwa glyco extra omo report ediabano. Na glyco also actually say a 53, which means 5 million Ghana cedis, which is 50 billion is missing. Ayira. Yanone first issue edaho. Enti my boy and also Eddie Amamo. Near try see a benya a clock sack phone. Now we are dealing with another issue. COVID-19 vaccine. Yeah, you know, so once I'm abandoned then and ocean yama eko nyina no a metie Dr. Yu kakra metie ti enema kakra yewo tapes no asenti repem ne yebebo ama obia so timi afolo bi na se wutia Sputnik vaccine ya wo mode aba vaccine no Sputnik for na aka say across the world more beyond ton more than $10. And let me tell Dr. Free, you know, he kept on mentioning $12. I said 12, 14, 19, 12, 14, 19. I didn't hear $10 per dose.
At most.
10 flat. And that is statement a company issue from Russia. Now, one more the edge Ghana abides on 19. Almost 19. Now, a proposals are amount for a tender in to among the different companies. So amount for the different prices by a be the 12, a be the 13, a be the 14, 19 for Nuna in $19 when in now what is happening is almost say abayin tua obiaka even omo fa ndro bi kura mai obian fa ndro bi mai. Now the argument is that a human life and they say $30 kura na so bi betimi dia ba wo kina nko a they will pay.
Look at that.
that is Dr. You or no Asema or catch the Ghana for no. And we have those tapes, we will deal with it. And this issue shall say, oh, no way. A man for Busa, the international disgrace. A ya asha say eba. Say COVID, ye the different, but and yeah, no one link it to it say minority now raise concerns. Pacho, move follow me. Minority now raise concerns say a COVID-19. Abai say waboka 19 billion. Only 600 million. And finance minister be accounted to Ghana for. They are no ombusa finance minister they can only account for 600 million Ghana cedis out of the 19 billion. And it says Ghana for share 18.4 billion. 18.4 billion Ghana cedis. You know nasem no edaho. And beyond that, no, the other issue on board, population and housing census. Yeah, it's 521 million. Now, you know, my member background information. Yes, I was adding say one says someone called digital, right? Into a use manual processing view. Some to talk tablets. Some to talk laptops. Some to talk power banks. And power bags. Vehicles. Now, information we are picking is that vehicles no COVID-19 cars no pickups no more no more brandy and no more ma statistical services so omunyusu now enuane caterers no be no enuane ama no omfa ma regional for from national to the district even district no omone me pese meka say party for no me amom because me nim obia o party ba ye di bi ama no. I may be wrong, I may be right, but I don't want to be emphatic.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't want to be emphatic. If I have that information, I'll put it out. I don't have it. I don't know. But how much I say, as we speak, records behind where check caterers on Monday at the end, which suggest more inflated prices. Laptops no so. You to say inflation abem. Says economy in trenches. According to Kenoforiata say. Almost disbursing 467 million. Meanwhile, me de carbon mamma say closer. One more de enumerators of them code training no. Almost can no matter so. So the biggest scandal if free a year population census we move ban eso. But listen, moment from you can pick it one after the other. The two of you, we have more time to deal with the issues. But 3 scandals on our hands. I mean, within 7 days, you would end discussing you would enjoy. Cross at 4 crowd and you'll be a jaika 5 million because amount for a break. And it seems that cross at Gobia and Kawasen, you real few or more 50 billion. Obite a year, Janshi Bisu, if you come at the Ghana flag a boy, ready. Hello, and you name. My listen, I come here and answer, sir.
Come on, I'm professional. Switch for Namencha Minia David Tamaklo, which we share not check a crack. So, Eja, will be kind. Niadone, now, Obi, Timmy, a quam him now. Adia or I feel over published it to me Kennedy and just me where dear me I say Baumia. And Charles McCarthy will say, Bob, I agree with David. Failure of the law to demand the plaintiff to prove elements of falsity and malice is the reason people have decided to go for defamation instead of Article 162 Clause 6 of the 1992 Constitution. For me, defamation suit is a traditional threat to freedom of expression. That is true. It is. You can go for rejoinders and things that are constitutional. I mean, there is no law that is superior to the constitution.
No, but because they want to silence us, yes, they won't go for rejoinder. Yes. Because rejoinder is the first option for you.
Yes.
Unless the media house or whoever said decides that no, yes. Then you need to go further. Then look, okay, so yes. Prove to me.
Yes. Okay, prove to you. He who goes to court
the burden of proof is still with you. You are saying the person is lying, so you need to prove to court that the person is lying.
No, but then
the person cannot be. No,
you are alleged, you know, at least you need to supply. So as me a crime, you need to supply an evidence that
who alleged in court. The person who goes to court is now alleging that you that spoke is a liar. Or a liar.
No, so I asked you for evidence.
And you na bebusa me for evidence. Why won't say to you?
Why no bebusa?
To wo na wo si me magu hu fi no. Wo court no wo say me twantwa to so. And I miss me say wo twantwa to me so say me twantwa to so.
Oh.
It wo na wo say wo court say me twantwa to so.
No. The
burden of proof is on him. That goes to court.
The burden of proof for the plaintiff. The burden of proof for the plaintiff is to supply whatever you said, whether on radio or written form.
Yes.
So that is the proof. Say, oh, Tamakula say ni. Menina kasa say on twensai. Or say on twensai wojina baby a wojina. Wagumi ho fi. Court emusa na mame. Say on tira me hefa na me kɔbɔ kro no.
Commander.
So from me kronfo a enyam na me ba be proof say me ya kronfo na me ya kronfo.
Kwara won ti asem na se ma me nkyere wase.
Okay.
Wo na wakoka asem wo radio so no. Ya de wo kokota. Wo na wo ni pakro na wo court no. Onu na ekotire say asem a ni pakro ne kan enya no kre. Na me nkunta me bu ye nie. Enu nti na enya no kre. Na nipa no so a words against your word.
And you don't know your defense. And when you defend and you don't have any obligation.
No obligation is to be defending him.
That
until only she to prove to court. Or defending him. But you see, I am very technical. Very technical. It is said here. It is said here. Jemensa call court. John Mahama call court. You say John Mahama now no ye plaintiff no. One met trade the entire. Asem odi bem. And also what can you say? Yani court na nko. Eto what say? Sa kwana na nam so.
I say
the burden of proof. Ya wo we plaintiff no. Who na wo bet?
But the Supreme Court might say omu share different book when omu the rules asem.
There are different degrees of proof.
Yeah.
Nti say assembly there because a work out no I will advise a my uncle.
Oh, no.
Which case?
We're one. Oh, case. Case be Accra.
Okay. No, I am coming. But anyway, let's go. Let's move on.
Now, Kwara. Okay, let me even start with COVID-19. Now maybe we will close that.
Yeah.
My chat here for Mr. Anchamubium. A Germany why you know. Kwara, maybe tell studio how can say COVID-19. Sika bia ekufo do aban jeje no. On me risk no. Me kind, and I still emphatically will state it categorically without missing any word. Say sika bia omagiro COVID-19 fund no omadi omawia. And Kwara, they cannot account for that monies they have taken. Not what they took from IMF, not what they took from World Bank, not what Ghanaians donated can they account for. They have spent all that money and they have stolen all that money and they have all ended up in private pockets. And the president is supervising those stealings and thievery because he's part of the clique that is making sure they steal that money. Kwara, share a quiet president can you go a damn to say nine, with just a speech and an EI executive instrument. Can you go damn say nine? Fast so kwaji sikane ba ye bie ye said ye sebio ya homa tie ye danka bomu. Na ye ni hwesofo. Ye pie ba ye no e ka kanofurata call na sebedwam se wa bon wo ye ho for a mra ye kodi wo e dem no wabra ye hye dem lockdown no eye aduane nko 52 million Ghana cedis kwabra
okay
saka wey e ma me be gina studio haka che say sakwa no wo ka hu bi no mbo sakro no because nobody can tell me say Ghana ha obi afidi 52 million Ghana cedis nobody aduane ben me ye calculation cheche mu say sense kan ye chama nipa 400,000 no na say ya mpasa nipa 400,000 ye chama o mokrampo a obi a benya 130 Ghana cedis when o Ghana ha o na sense kan no America for o much $3,000 ama every citizen and resident tio na citizen kwa citizens and residents $3,000 Ghana dollars, choppable dollars. Na kwa when you bibia mo ase. Yare ba yi ehu entanse nyina Ghana fo nyina nka aboye meboa. But Akufo do de the yare no eye curse no eye blessing to him. Because that is the only way he can steal our monies together with his family and friends. That is the only way. Hwenyo me koso airport ya obi timi koye me wo a receipt here ya kwabra me the receipt ni be kire wo na wo ma tie fo ahwe wo koye covid test you see you $50 the $50 that you pay no kwabra pacho ya me money pa coding
okay
just for the purpose of a T4
okay
obi timi de ble mark ato ho ake be fine $50
okay, so you have the
demographics. That is the receipt.
The receipt. Okay, so you use receipt.
$50 na ya ji no. Chase test ya anya test no. Ya anya test no.
Anybody catch up say
me cry no apart from we no me woni pa be say 60.
I just want to understand.
Yes.
Anybody catch up say
yes.
O man try but o man anya the test no.
The one say we pass e ko.
Oh, okay. So o man anya the test.
Anya test. This is what is happening.
Really?
Me ya ju sika di. Akwa bi koye bi o America se CIA. Akwa ni koye o America se CIA. Me ka say wetie. Wo ye test ni wie no. Wo mo say wo ye positive. So o person o mo ye negative dia. This o be twa bi kakra. No no susu ne mra so. Tie o kwa America wa kwa test wa bonten. Ye so ye negative. O ba ho dia ye so ye positive. Na kwaya e befa so e betima na negative ni say just say na we bibi kakra so call afia. Is it not a blessing to the president and his brothers and friends and so call afia? And Kwabena say no coffee o.
Akuya trans in park is watch.
And I say him me chia o.
So call afia.
Oh, so Kwabena and you man ko so ni chance president Akufo do oboa covid now obo hu de royal monko unim we have vaccine be baron e ho no back quickly fellow Ghanaians the time has come the time has come between now and time we fellow Ghanaians that back no we dey research na mo be wi asika yi you mo ka $19 in ho asem yi we dey research obetu tuntuma and next time one shirt be obetu tuntuma because ni kwa mu be yehwam obetu tuntuma abeye fellow Ghanaians covid wo ho na sejo yi ase wo papa wo kura no yesi mo na mo underlying healthcare conditions akokura sei wo kwatena covid wo ho na ye na di pa bunkam so na ba woni aso so akọ t-shirt
no but your friend say ye nua sometimes say photo
sometimes let us not discuss irrelevance.
No,
I'm saying and I'm also commenting say let's not comment on such irrelevance.
Okay.
Because he is too mature to be doing such
negative. Someone also say and this phone say if I could go on video.
They are fighting for KMA boss. Into leave them.
Me catch
obi eka na just say we who say assembly ba kumasi assembly kura me na mechanic asema president kura edi ho tie na ni di ho atisa na nan atande mu a enko na mu nke once na di nachi misi Kwabena obi anim say Akufo ado eye kro no Enti na wo ye de wo yi. Krono, I don't like to use that word corrupt. I am a time crosser because they take delight in it, pride in it. Say, oh, me a corrupt pa, me a corrupt too. Me a corrupt pa. Osaf ma for the only okadiana ni tiadasa. Or you corrupt. Hey, wako kaso osaf ma for you corrupt. Hey, ni tiada. Me no timidi o man ye japade ko ye na me ko PDS. Na manyeska. Me a corrupt papa. But so kaso ye kronfo a no me nkwala hu say, sadie we ya dia papa se menye. And I'm penny for near you. What about vaccine? Nipano, yeah, and manufacturer, no say, you're saying. Manufacturer, no, me, my young power a parcel. Messame ton. Messame ton, see the hen. Wuna Uba Tom Pabuano, the Nam say, and Pabuano may ton, see the ha. Uncle. Who are you? Oh no, I'm robber. I deal with. It's COVID-19 vaccine there. Me be can studio has say. Sa covers the any buy na. Omo ye who de na. Vaccine abana won ko wo won ko wo no ye ntumofo. Me be tell studio can say vaccine no me. In fact, yame. Kwabena me.
Oh,
say yama bi no me yame. Me ka me.
Yeah, but you see,
me ne pokutie ma minga sa tro.
Meba na poku.
Edro bi wo
meba. Meba. We have a make us say as CMG, ye group way. Yeah, was social responsibility of the government. See, be use a platform to help the government.
Sabane bokro no kura mbaye.
Debi. One mama no see.
Okay, any kana wanu
see. Yeah, adia ye di aboa ban say ye bod de ru say o manfo nkowo. So anything beyond a discouraging and crowd we don't entertain it on our platform.
Mati.
All right. Okay. Mati. But chrono aspect we can discuss it.
While you do that, baby, I was when you copy your chrono. Because by so doing, you are trying to encourage people to go and take the vaccine. Is that also? Then, no mama vaccine who are ban for so, and you know, you have to who they are crackers. Just a million amewu. And to say, over me, I just obu me.
But obviously, omunyan tiaka.
It doesn't matter. The discussion, you see, when something is dead on arrival, you should let the person know, say, Chrono na obebomeno. Abaru kotadia was nkasoti. Now no master to refi. Abaru koto master to Tony Jom 20 Ghana. Abaru master to no Tobaku 80 Ghana.
Yeah.
Aban from far buying, and yes, I did a ton of Jom 20 Ghana. Who got who are buying was a cassotier because Nippon or ton will do open fast road, anything I didn't cost 20 Ghana. Now, who are buying who said per Ghana for home fast road, anything at top petrol, 100 Ghana be a buying 60 Ghana, Calabula buying, or top petrol 100 Ghana with your sister Ghana. I buy be a Calabule. A time was a rolling scramble. A person near Kakarabula, a be family papa soon. And then a be a bar, June for Fetchemua, Yente Hoshe, and one papa.
June for no Muko no Muko Kade. We do baby and I'm cry, me raho cry, my bread. Ah! Tell the June for no. And then we are so much from a speaker to everybody say, and of Nicosi one year for Rollins or and come home the messages.
Rollins was
all the messages. I would have more. Ah, I'm doing for reading the hour. Now I am a papa. Ah, say Rollins for what? The more gets a more day. More catch a woman and way. Because everything they are doing now is, it is more than 10 times what we saw in the June 4th, 1979. Chrononie, broad daylight. Now, then they speak to the microphone, so it's not as if say sharing in secrets, secrecy or something that you uncover. They are with impunity telling it through the microphone.
say adia ye $10 and so ye bet ye probi bit ma kofan abaga na $19.
So does it mean that somebody is benefiting?
Yes, because say procurement no. Like a government of Ghana and also the procurement no eboa. O kwa kofa contractor. Na aban no President Akufo-Addo net mini na acha chobo no. No mo dey to so no because e say dey my contract. Na ko meji ma kofa financial engineering ni hwan. That word no safuma fun dey ba ma wo yo me beka bi. Financial engineering. The first time I heard say in finance yet me engineer when Osafumafo contracted wo yo me. And so you see COVID-19 sikana omo peso omo wiane de. Anunti and I na posi for dane spokespersons for government say sa fix it campaign and fix it demonstration ya nya de ani omo boa. Fix it demonstration no o ye be ye papa. Kwabra mamenko
botu no mamena.
Is it clock sag or close sag or clock sag? Yeah. Kwabra me encourage me nuanom nyina say here koso no, and it's to all institutions of state and all institutions are bound hwe obi bia ma ne homene so because hwe enyo omupe o enyo twempe ena ne bede nie ye de anye pi abaya otimi ka che Ghana for say me ye bibi e friend carpin national health insurance levy ya jeje egu futuo mu no wotimi aka pusika no ati sika na kwakoto Flagstaff House ana Jubilee House disca no ayari for sika o afre mi akando. He has much details how national health insurance sika ayari for sika o wati sika na kwato Flagstaff House ana Jubilee House di oni Kwabena sika ye ne den
what if flight e compare bosia
no de ye den enye die no
oni
dabi 15,000 per hour no enye die no
o yusu
okay me na nanam de mo ka yusu ana chese obichi
o yusu dia akodi sika aba
o kai say ohinto report to be time oye flag bearer MPP and okoji 100,000 say or dey kwa raise funds e wo UK oba no kra pledge of 5,200 pledge obi oko raise funds okra a pledge of 5,200 pounds. So are you not surprised? Okwa you say no dey buy 170 million. That's what they buy there or the baby bank COVID money. So kwara make a change say the omo ye no esua omo go strike abrofo go for the tears no because he was at the back of some doctors. Okay, me na do omo court.
Yeah.
Tama na mahama wo ho no.
Yeah.
Wo ko sa o machi me ofa se jo ya o. Se ye Nyankopon fa ne kransie. Afi ni ko o hadwen. Wo hu sa me ni Africa ko na Nyankopon na utie bi. Utie bi. Ena me de omo court. And afi omo ase omo ko back to work. Na asem no me free court. E da so da ho. Because anything that has to do with human life, you hear me, papa. Because some your doctor you will strike, you cannot resurrect the person after you have gotten your condition of service.
No way.
But I support them to take their condition of service, so not that they should go on strike. But with this, cross from the only language I say when they go on strike, it will matter. Say by now, I was saying come across strike.
Because 5 million in the MC Biafra.
Because Obi Usika. Obi chrono.
Yes, of course.
Now what you want now? We say me mom Obi Usika the man warning. Confirm you are there from Pumanu ko. We tell you
yes, one farm.
Pumana huma Pumada dia na so ni mu. O se me confirm tuaba. E wan first can to me confirm tuaba. Wo baba no we twa no ko. Eti most of my pay she say no. And was so you know now we intensify our actions by going on strike. And make sure say Sikana abai and on the finance minister so every Sikano. What is Sikana be then? E be ko to futuo nim. na someone in Namona de Biana, and I say, Mufsa Mufario, Sasumini Yana,
I don't know a Musu, a
Kuno, and I meant Yasiano. Kwabena, teach to do higher because I want this slow wine. Who's slow wine? Say, I could for the Kokra Obama, it's one music and one call. I'm not pay. Who's slow wine? Now the young man may be a cool G on my way to my. Who's slow wine? One can who be and a tap about to go. Who's slow wine? Who's wrong?
Is it 5 from the Ayaka?
Me say 5 no, omo equal striker. 5 no, omo bad fit. I didn't chrono. Abaya just a chrono and I na juma. And just a one body be consistent.
Familiar census no.
Kwabena, just a bad with it. Just a bibia chrono. Yes, saying. Kwabena, yes, saying. When you say so, we can here.
Why?
I mean, so didn't ya? Kwabena, say it to me, national ID year. Census we and here. America, so we can kind of
okay.
Europe, but be anyway, a question of kind of a primitive, a Jimmy, a backward. You spend money, and then I say, electoral commission is cast on control of Fidie. Some Fidie and so fast one is saying, hey, your modia. I know my idea.
Okay.
Oh, because now say I have this best. A chrono or maybe. What do you correct? Procurement, no.
Yeah, procurement in the sense be
I know when I Mama so what's that so sourcing. Me say the correct procurement on my. You see, we have sat so quietly and what people fool. How? Say you pay one year we are seeing COVID that buy just say, and they are not shy. They work just up as armed robbers and they are happy. How many are we? Yeah, who this has kaka we 521 million just to count us. Kwabena census na ye no. Say who population ya. Eso fa so ni den. So far, so tell me if the importance now America for any more census population census tell me if Ghanaians have gotten one importance or advantage. Say you can't who say 38 million 40 million. Okay, what is the importance of that? Well, do we benefit as a people? Sir, because America for more kind
you know na Omo determine a year a mebunebia from 18 years to maybe 22 years. Those who are employed, those who are not employed, education system. Yeah, they use it to draw a pie chart for the country. Age.
You are too intelligent, and I love you for that thing. As much I can be kind of how, but you have summarized everything. Okay, Kwabena, who said mebunuya or how much chemu. Eduosun no and aban kreti adwuma san ma mabunu no eno na ye importance no
se wo hu na afa no okoda adwene ho
na just aban ni nyansa
okodwene ho abawo
because your population census 10 years ago and no government has been able to make sure say sa nipa kuya ye nim say omo ya percentage ya fix omo it moving into the future na ye say koye census to know that figure no say eswati ana omo me employed eswati omo we are unemployed eswati. So what is the importance of that information that you gather no?
Ni wa ankola nya aduane ni o.
Akola da from truck from or the truck from we are in sa etwitwi ama ne nsem wahi. We just akola ne ho akoye free SHS asa and you don't go bubuo. Etu population census what the heading? Yeah, no who here wa ko spend 521 million. Ekobo mu krono 400 million. India what do you say? India, they are spending less what we have projected.
Really?
Yes. And you know what they are doing? They have made sure, say, they digitize their system. And you know, you don't even need Nipano. So you're Indian register. Simple. With time,
mobile phone.
With time, we are Indian. You know one register. It means only Indian. That is what they did in Japan. That is what countries that are thinking are doing. Now, me say, me baby, kwa kope, me cap baby crow. Now, phobia, omo pilot. Okay. Do you live in this house? No, I came to visit. Oh, okay. We wanted to give you a number so that we will go and come back and interrogate you. And kwala fianga bi. Omo kra no ni kasa kra nya de. Question na wo de titi omo na wo so omo fan call rounds no. Question no kra po no enya de. This is not to dent the integrity of statistical service. I know they have the prowess and the expertise to deliver, but the government will not allow them to do what is needful because government, ne preoccupation, for getting them on board. Anyone never catch Ghana for say 2010, 2020. East and South government this cabin almost census what is kind of mami acquire Israel by free. So on fan register. Ebe sunwa Kwabena uhaya statistical service. Okay.
Yeah.
2010 and I was 2020 and I was here you because 2010 is the last one.
Yeah.
Into 2020 and I was like kiyeye. And we project secure the back akwa no dey come Ansah because young China no bit me more.
All right. Yeah, from me and
it's a procurement ya ba say. Kwabena, Ghanaians are not angry enough. Me the man we see no. Because
when you know you doing come away no. Now it's like a massive jacket engosi aga.
Sir?
Yeah.
Alright. Okay.
And I think it is because also we have a weak opposition, weak minority group. Probably they are accomplice with the government. Because it seems this opposition.
A time will come on. You see that house that we call Parliament, people will pick the Parliament to their own. The Parliament for all system will come.
All right, thank you.
People will not believe that. Look, let us do the things that we.
With us, listen live on Accra 100.5 Tadi FM Citizen Show. Now, one quick comment from Prophet Dennis Ho, Canada and OTA Live. Will say, Bobie, Canadian government have spent more than $50 billion for free vaccine, and we are receiving $2,000 monthly just to stay at home. I have my census letter here that I have to do it digital. So they just send you a letter and you just register through your mobile app.
You see?
And on our chrono. Okay, so another comment here says Kwabena Listo is just using the French meaning. In Ghana, he who alleges must prove, while in France, the accused is rather to prove his or her innocence, and he should get it right. Okay, so that is another.
So why was the accused not? Why was the accused not allowed to prove in the Supreme Court?
Send your only James answer, but we are talking about the real technical matter. All right, Dave, Yanante.
No.
You know how much.
Nana.
Yeah, Dave, you want to pray.
Nana.
Me
real pai. Oh, real. Oh, here many so attached shoe. Ghana, you did o my hamo. Papa. Manufo edi o my hamo. Many ano. Mesati efri. Baby onu divi.
Memo Dr. You a tape will be in show. It will be helpful.
You better do.
Okay, all right. Okay, what there uncle.
Now, message if you be a odi SC. Say census asemno. Em say yenya e wo man mu ha. Yeah, yedi NIA National Identification Registration ebaye. Akonuma bebre mu. Baby by omuchro dina a card ni chiche no na be problem sa na bedru baby I drew here at least e biet me achro mudin ya ye hope say e be back from ama omo cancel etimi register achro mudin. Every Ghanaian would have had their names in a data I be bua ama amemu aye a bit easy. Yeah, you bet me identify it bet me connect your development with your numbers any now. Say me ka say ubisa contractors are omu wasa ejuma no a omu yes I na registration
yeah
abayin to omuka e wo sa nemu be
if you that
e can be e ka be wo now
no but
sa ka no e wo ho
me wo na say no mo so ma disgrace kari nyina ma ne ko
dabi ye twa bi na e den na ye disgrace ni na e den na if from 15 years down omu register yeah if from the friends they are registered kra I'm say omu register from 18 years and above 18 years and above no kra no baby why you register na the entire omu register and he say e ka wo na ye this is ka we echo census procurement aye problem say o man ye dwia okay easy say scan say wo ho pa ye fa say e kan ne betua ama ya register Ghanaians nyina ya from 18 and above and from 18 and below obi ya register. It would have been easy to do census without necessarily going through the kind of things we are going through now. So because census no here I'm saying here it was because the scar one
policies
and no say and yes obi na ama scanner baby ni botoma me say here pass a base census we scan kebetimi dey so say NIA registration ya ye ni na ye ama enu efu ho
because you no data no will give us the numbers we want.
Exactly, it will solve a lot of our problems. Now may refu ho quickly no ba clock sag you know na clock sag you know na me bisa say TUC omo ho because this battle should not be left to clock sag alone. The mother trade unions Congress should be heard in this. They should speak and speak loud for the people. Say eka closer gasem. Where omu pension omu pension ya yechi omu carry provident fund, snitch fund na ye na asa TB e dia tu o say bibi isi uko pension ya because snitch no end loss bi ano ye de beka ho ama wo. Na say ska no obi say ebia say u akokura na asa bro fi na wa ye juma saa for 60 years na wa kwa humjem na edroto ayasem eduane obedi ayasem enunti ena omo amochi se asa close since 1961 asede na omochi sa close sa ska omoji no ena omode hwe omode omo amochi contribute sa ska no e be hwe omo so say omukwa humjem eni na politicians na di agro no it will be that ena omode di agro make enya close ngwa. There are several organizations omo provident fund cry mra say utua aketua also utua provident fund and also work friends eda kem uko PBC mini wo ka so uko PBC omo provident fund PBC ntua
scan fine
enya no nko organizations bebro ho omo sika tua
but we dey omo cry dey we no dey ni sika dey ye tua no kwabrane akobie skin foforo and what diabetes kada ko
and by now
report no by 5 million ayera
by now osanka ya ekroma and ya special French prosecutor's office and attorney general office so wo you see ewo ho and asa no men na ekosunu.
It's why our first can of finance ministry.
But many would echo documents no power of fire no e be dem there na special prosecutor office eyo there na EOC
it's organized crime. It's organized crime.
What brempo
eba COVID vaccine na mishedana ma jama ayelas
yeah
say ukanya COVID asemi bai say Ghana obi anya COVID anaso onyae enukura ye pacho sans na mu ka che omudi tu dwa say covid no obi anya okroma ena ye femu omudi lockdown bae lockdown no bae before lockdown baby no man penyini na catch for atena baby ahihye say sa testing covid no ye we are test to be sure say obi a oba man na so obi a ofru man ma akọ no omo anya covid na so mu nya no omo testing na testing no omo di ma company a without going through any procurement process.
Really?
Okay, yeah. Company na mo di ma no e wo kroma no. Na company ko hwehwe tira who say company yeti company no ebra ye hwehwe company ni company yeti company no just about a month or so.
Yeah.
Before I did contract mom, they had no track record of testing.
And they are starting
and for that testing a laboratory a year eka ubeti laboratory and obey testing ubenya kwan ubia testing also fast amra no so no yan fast amra no so
license
and a license na mom ye hwehwe kira ko hu ye company or test a friend say ni power company nation
yeah
Nigeria ni bi ye die kira ko hu ye no sa company mo ko form a friend tax heaven Dominica
yeah
yanti hu hwehwe say omu ye company a omu dimu na a friend say ye betimi attract omu a na ye din ye south hwehwemi ya me kan say me ye south hwehwemi me ko do station bi ya ye bi beto tudwa no wo panyi bi free baby say o me ma enkasa me ma omu ma enkasa ewo mu sister station ba ku ya obi river south station no meka Joy FM omu ye wo studio an omu ka say o panyi bi say omu ma enkasa ena free ho ena enem ya say me ni ka say $150 per test obi a ofri amano ne eba bia etuasa 150.
But this gentleman Thomas Doji Yamishi was Bobie, good evening, please. What Listewa is saying is not true. I can confirm to you that when I was coming, I went through the PCR test, and I can say this on authority.
It's okay. I say do baby. Now ECOWAS citizens, ECOWAS. Eka say a cannot move a scanner mujiji a friend say travelers no for the test no does too much. Nti ECOWAS tiji name na me card enti na wo say ECOWAS e me tiji name na nya Ghana ban na dwen hu say e kan no scanner does dodo a o se befim tese obi atena baby abopo say ska we no na masa emudo na yenko yanim eba vaccine obi say $19 per dose.
Yeah.
Me krata me mehu me di mani ehu contract me di mani ehu contract me no baku with shake na ye kanasem makton ya ye Emirati o shake no onu edi ewo baku nti Ghana ban eni sa shake no sign contract baku. That's our contract, no. The Ghana government, any shake no. I sign a contract.
On which vaccine is the
Sputnik vaccine, no. Russian vaccine.
Okay.
Contract, shake no. Any Ghana by sign a contract back worth $64 million.
Ooh.
For a dosage of 3.4 million. And no musa here. Misa who contract with Robia, SL Global company.
A local company.
Yeah, a local company. Na actually, a bekika nkofo mutita sai companies ni echi. SL Global. Na SL Global no. Contract amuni aban sign here was for $130 million.
The same Russian vaccine.
The same Russian vaccine. For $130 million of for 5 million doses. Now, Osha Noa $26 per dose. Say, me see, me di many who sa contrast. na etre ye be kika nkofo
so
mu hihye sa contract
but omon famai
the contract is signed.
yeah Ghana ban against kemu amamu na onim sa 130 million dollar no
hold on
onim ne dudo
meba omatu omoka
offer 130
no, I'm just
million
asking
ye trace can be
government trace can be
me see ye trace can
in this two contracts no
ye trace can be
one with the shake
one with the friend say SL Global
omatu
bi
so $19 you know where is it coming from
now
$19 it's the same version
$19 there now me can mu no na omo chere say because let me say the background well Russia for no investigation ayaye nhwema ayaye no omo ton omo duro no $10 per dose
yeah
na sa $10 no so obi koto no abeton amawa omo say transportation any handling ni nyoma no ene call ya ekosi sa 19 million
$19 per dose
na $19 no ese se nipa baako because we fa 2 dose no o share 19 no by 2 19 no by 2 it's about $38 for a single person. Handling charge enkan storage charges enkan and duties enkan na $26 no say you find say Russia for no eton ade no $10
yeah
na obi eton no $26 na say $16 and odi account vaccine baako na ufa vaccine ufa dose ni mienu a say $52 for nipa baako ena enu omo sign contract for 5 million doses. Make me on my data almost sign 2 contracts now
so which means while we are waiting for one contract with the sheikh, we are still waiting one with the local company everyone say
SL Global
for no then we are waiting for the $19 one no now issues about no you know with a Norwegian
na Usha contract is $26 million, $26 there no. Omo sign contract ni first. Mo sign contract no. And I'm say actually so Mary for na said o kan say sashi no.
Yeah.
American.
Ono na is your not turbans yeah. Okay.
And omo donate Sputnik vaccine no. E ma ban. Me say 16,000 doses. No mo di cha ban. So mo di cha ban ni na. Aban hu say na doses no muto on say ye beto am muto on say.
Okay.
Mo say beto no $19.
Okay.
So that time no na a friend say aban di can sign $26 for the 5 million doses no.
In the 19 ye di nkomo kura di eso no.
Enti eye no. Ena obi every a friend say Minister of Finance was FM no kokache say a contract or money e wo fie nche no. Na mu fem say o nkrofobia ba so mo dey ba $19 per dose o. Enti say ye be twa mo ho pa dia.
Be ba David.
Then drop in kaka
say o chemu say nkrofo no mo say $19 no. Nkrofo bi wo mu a they will benefit.
Obviously, but
we don't want. We
but
can't
the
say
point
that.
what they are trying to do is say you from free 26 from 19.
26 no SL Global. Omo yes our contract.
But the 19 for now 26.
And a 19 for no. And a 19 for no ebe donate 16,000. Free sa kana ba munji COVID aba we are seeing na awe osem. Into mumfa 16,000 na mumfa hwe mo hafa. And I buy so ye pay more ato na ebenya ni say we say $19 na $19 no and I buy quickly we sign contract for 3.4 million almost say we no and obi fa Ministry of Finance so say oh Kofobia di friends $19 above mo dey 26 no o say mo fa ho ntem na friends ya etwe scanner mamo and omo e sign ya omo ko ka say obi enu contract income so yenye no 18.5
from 26 to
26 no yenye no 18.5.
So when is the 26 no omo release car
26 no me see document wo I say sika afem nenye ni na sika ni na koy but omo hu say they are buying niska nti omo ntimi ntwa ni na who can Ministry of Finance the sika omo twa so far e ma $19 for the crown just for 3,000 3,000 doses but obi for Ministry of Finance go catch say efie ade no mo anua we say obi dia bitimu $19 and I say okay na yen ti e dey so 18.5 na yen ji scam yeah sir a friend saying chairman of the committee or a friend saying doctor are
you
one new baby
oh yeah sure
are the contract in your own here
no okay so ni mu bibia what is the meaning
pacho tape now so bebono sabobium.
Okay, so let me go to Doctor. Are you free on this particular issue about Russian vaccine?
I have read your statement and its premise on the work being done by journalists in Norway. The emphasis was on the Sputnik vaccine, a certain Farouk, a man that they've kept their eyes on, who is behind a vaccine introduction in this country. Yes. And for that matter, they raised issues about the contents of the presser, the minority. And first of all, I wish to put on record that the Ministry of Health's position on the acquisition of vaccines is an open door policy, especially after the country that were the major suppliers, that's India, for the past week has been hit hard by the harsh effects of the pandemic. So it has distorted the delivery schedule of COVAX. And because of that, delivery schedules that were meant to be somewhere April was delayed, and I'm sure June's own too will be delayed as far as the AstraZeneca is concerned. And because of that, they decided to allow for other persons to bring other vaccines. Vaccines which can be stored under conditions and you can also use it in this country. And storage facilities currently can be available for those that has been approved by the FDA, and that is AstraZeneca and the Sputnik 5. It is not true that only one company has the mandate to bring Sputnik 5 in the country. As we speak, there are about 7 companies. And in total, the corporates who are supposed to bring vaccines in this country are about 50 and over. And the records are there at the ministry for you to go and cross-check. And so when you state in the press conference that the one who is bringing the vaccine is Norwegian, a criminal, and then it is made for people to consume or to believe, or it's made to look as if, and you have to believe it was one person in the space to bring Sputnik 5 person. And we have to make it clear that it's not one person who is in the space. It was made to believe that the price had been inflated for whatever gains that it is. Our understanding is that RDIF, which is the Russian Development Investment Fund, which sees to transactions for acquisition of Sputnik, gives it at the factory price of $10 or 9.90. And then you would have to go through clearance FOB, that's fit on board. So it's up to you on how you get it to your country. Now, unlike the AstraZeneca, which is more of the government-to-government system, the Russians use more of middlemen or third parties to be able to do transactions. So what the ministries or governments do is to express interest or give you letters of authorization, and then you go ahead to strike a deal with them. So as far as it is, about 7 companies have letters and various prices ranging between $12 to $19. So if the impression is created as if it is one company, and it is created as if it is 19, The other question then is that what happens to the other people who quoted 12, those who quoted lower than $19, and who for some reason all of them have not been able to deliver? Nothing for now. But what I can say for ourselves is that the MPs have gains at the expense of the taxpayer, and all of them have been vaccinated, if not for second dose, first dose. They are serving their family. And other Ghanaians also matter, regardless of your social standing. And that is the mandate of the president. And that is my mandate as the chairman, to see to government business, to correct that misrepresentation in the public, and also to open up for any discussions that would clarify this. I think the agency, or for that matter, the manner in which we find ourselves in are not usual times. And that is why.
All right, so David, what's in it?
Right, they always say, Papa no. Or Chantro, it is all Chantro, and I say, one him. Now I will go for the other one. Say, Bia, on person he's not trying to be honest with the public, because my catch will say vaccine will be $26 per dose. Okay, I'll see from $12 to $19. Now $26 no one. Minister Ansah say, oh,
and beside that, you know, the grand is $10. That is what the Russian company have stated.
And no church, we can accept it to a certain level. Say, Russians not on $10 and $9.9.
But then movement shipment and all those
from
things,
one country to the other, because middlemen are involved. No, maybe I'm going to call a friend in Dubai, and I say Emirates. Now almost so maybe freight and all that. I take it be. Let's even admit say 19 tax and count, storage and count, duty and count. Now I see 7 companies are. So 2 companies here my boy choke rano. Udi kanwa $184 million. And nobody told us in. Now okay, I will say we are in an emergency time. And I say a bride woman a year normal time. So we can use any money at all to buy without any scrutiny. Vaccine here, contrast here, Parliament doesn't know about it. None of them went through Parliament.
Well, but
so it means that procurement procedures have also been, breached. I mean, how do you do things like that? Parliament or chair Parliament no.
Yeah.
Who's here? Friends saying Akando so omunti they have no knowledge of what is happening, and I believe him, because from even tests no krano who can minister after minister no
are you issue ni say enye in international contract, and they don't need to go back to Parliament.
So what about the one with the sheikh? Why is it not an international contract? Yeah, uji adeno contract now will sign. You are doing it in dollars. Why is it not an international contract?
Okay, you have a point.
Yeah. Why is it not an international contract?
Why is it
not an international contract? Why are they not trying to be transparent with this whole thing? Yeah. I don't know where we are going to start from, but Ansah and now say they will be a friend say they can kai. This is where they can kai. A say Parliament hokurano. Parliamentarians no enye de ya elect you muso both minority and majority.
And it seems the more weaker link, the minority.
Because you are supposed to scrutinize these things. Government announces test. Why is nobody asking them the question? So how are you doing it? Because that is what you are elected to do. Why is no one asking them the question?
But Minia, the only is to say now everybody is tired.
I mean,
because as we are discussing these 3 issues, the cross-arm issue, the population census issue, the Sputnik vaccine, trust me, Ochina, ochra no pa ye be so na scandal for aba
me see parliament even vetting omo look, just listen to the questions they are asking.
They are tired.
Why would you be tired?
Because
they are not free to represent the people.
As we are discussing
and the parliamentarians should wake up. Both particularly the minority.
You discuss anyway. By watching, watching. Maminsa from me no metra. You metra na another scandal aba. So you need to leave the closer issues and blah 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 blah.
Because particularly with this COVID issue,
under fatigue.
I think it's a minority. Of course, yeah. Let's take it. Say, they are stealing. They have corrupted themselves. What about the minority? Nobody can speak for the ordinary person. So why are they sitting in parliament? Company here 7.
Yes.
New and a contract no to Kabuma 184 million. Can someone tell us say the total of the total sum of money being used to acquire vaccine is this? Let's know. Because it's the taxpayers' money. And already we are facing doomsday because there is no money. Already pregnant women are suffering in the hospitals because there is no money. People's pension fund are being diverted because there is no money. Somebody should tell us something.
My member back to this. Listen, I seem say I don't know after the Gigana Fonsem. The level of the SSSika or so real say a year say and crown a real. Just what would you want to say? But where we have gotten to know, it seems that there's no, turning back. For whatever. Ewa kronunuma ye nima na ye kono Prozac sikei enyadi obi abehu 50 billion is gone ayira obi di akobobra wasifie wa Land Cruiser ohia wa so ono abobra sa your friend say population census sikano is gone because procurement issues with respect to laptops, tablets, power banks, power bags, and even cars. And even caterers. There are issues that APP within this week, especially even Unmadia. Say no, enumerators no, 50 cities per day. Instead say 500 no, almost 300 at the end of the training no. Into nipa almost be yes almost around 70,000 or so. That's the information I mean. Obia ya tino 20 Ghana. Akoloka ya fatamse. Say obi afeskano. Okay, so your nurses is the same thing. And then when we say frontline health workers, I think central region. For all this one, won't you amukada? Almost Ediaba.
Minchawan, Enra, na a teachers.
Yeah.
Omuko go GSO.
Enra.
And no more demonstrating. Yeah. Why? Because I say promotion are also munya. Yeah, buying this scheme by so I just want to raise a mansana. Yeah, promote you. So muka so mu dodgy a friend saying promotion here one ketia. And I'll be a coach exam no more passing. Exam no I trace where I passing so promotion is move for my make a crobraniti Ghana gas a whisker Ghana gas a crobraniti or a whisker then the pabaku between January to March 227,000 Ghana cedis and the actual on the hotel
Ghana gas.
Yeah.
Okay, but listen, it seems that I don't know sana a bear copim so baby because they say no, you can't do anything about it.
It's a very sad development, but idea about what was saying when they say Senka Abawi and Konka be say to say your Mahama Bam 3 million Bass Brandon. Senka can want some da. Enka sebi kaminia sembiaka.
Mama, go through these messages. Frank Sarkodie says, Liswa is speaking out of ignorance. All government purchases are priced higher because of how long payments are made. And Frank Sarkodie sends in this text message from Texas in US of A. Abdul Muhammad says, Liswa more fire. Kuma says, Bobie, please, I think you need to change your program from politics to prayers. We need to pray for this country because all your panel, what your panel members are saying will not change Akufo-Addo. Only prayers can change Ghana. This Akufo-Addo government is just one hell of criminals. Okay, so Samuel Evans Ota in the UK says, Bobie, in UK here, the World Census recently, a form is either posted to you to fill or go to online to fill the form. Nobody go anywhere or come anywhere to engage in census. In UK, if you don't submit your form, either hard copy or soft copy, you can be fined. Okay, £100. Are we checking?
Yeah.
Okay. Are we checking what? Are we checking world population, or in the list our population is the same as India or China? Watching you live from Birmingham. Okay, so thank you. Then we have Yakini Kadiri here. Nana Pia says, so can't we tell government to fix things by asking NIA to give us the data we are about to spend that huge sum of money on in the name of counting hungry people? We are already hungry and you claim you are coming to count us. Isaac Vital says, good evening. You know what? We are all sick in the mind. Okay, so in the mind, this one is from Isaac Takrade. Abe Helena is here with us now. Nana Frank says, is it now that you know that NDC parliamentarians are useless? Opposition, a puta. Thomas Dodgy says, what do you expect minority to do about this census issue? All right. Now, Thomas, what I expect is that there are so many things they should push the government for us to know. I mean, issues with procurement and other issues. They should let us know, even how a dolly out contracts to a year trust. We should know. And if so, almost more at the 400 plus million Ghana cities, I could do equipment, the saying, yeah. I mean, we should understand all these things. That is my point. Now, Aminu says, I'm telling you, all the corruption in this country starts in Parliament. Seth Thornibone says, the census in the US was last year. I was just, they just sent me a form to fill out or do it online. And that's it. Ohineba Kofi Apia says, the future of this country looks blurred. Okay, so Dr. Baba Zamo says, Master Planner Junior Kentampo President Anado is one of the current best presidents in the world. Mr. President, remain focused and continue with your good work. Regards to Honorable Sampine, incoming Kumasi Mayor. All right, thank you. Joe CD, I don't think you okay, so let me move on. They are having their own arguments here. Now, listen, Kajatum, Nyanko, last hour.
All right.
Yep.
Many about Texas. Can't be na mirahwa mani papa. We were free Ghana. I have 420. Akota Texas because obi a system amount oni pakronya kronfo aban bi enu wa America ukoye ne contractor oye kronfo te say ya aban ya ye womu wetu akota Texas na wote ho na wotu mane je say wote glass mu glass nko na wotu mane enka wote akpawe isu ena enkofo yia usika yeah was here the building system it said you wote Texas so hu a won say aban eye adwuma e ma sabi eso ba mfaso ma wo kwa adwuma ba sabi wunya ba bi papa de utito enya nyansa timi tro text message e de brega na fo a e kwa na wanim e kwa papa na wanim obi baban etimi ahu nyansa ama wo ba bi papa tena. Who are going to help Bokrono? We say government of Ghana. Emma contractor was say to me because of a later date. Sikana one why could you know what you doing? Abaya Bobie saying. What the Texas one Google one phone so let's check it say successive governments as a castle over Ghana. Abaya went 4 years ago. Sikasan waji ewo Ghana dim. Say no diabo Ghana hobra. That's honest. I didn't utiri say a good tiri so no any adwene da utiri no say crazy ni mu a Fagini. These are people wanting Ghana. When in the Koso, what is Chime, what is Jame? Now in the comfort zone, will be Papa Ansah and your boss Abrano Nenewo and from a Papa Ohimibieno. Let us be wise and useful to society. He's a waste of his time. Kwabena, I said something on my page today. Said I nearly got fatigued about discussing Akufo-Addo's thievery. But Kwabena, I assure the majority of Ghanaians who are very much angry and disappointed in the Akufo-Addo-led government, say, we or I speak for myself. I shall never be fatigued discussing the Akufo-Addo's thievery, corruption, dear Minka, but thievery, because I Ansah kwaya odebo krono. What John 10:10 Owifo magisi obewia no wakum no asai. Owia okum or say. Minyai is a promise I have made to God. Say Sapa se makama nu we atum we Akufo-Addo amamuo kro no ho de. Ene nyame na me so me nimfa so wiasim. Me nimfa so. Because Kwabena, ask yourself, say, the first question that I've always posed, say, in this country, ababia or babia and you can't want somebody one way or the other. Yeah, who be say Ura Mahama pencil. I was citing an example with the Bass Brandy because it was one of the most popular ones in his regime. Yeah. It was just 3 million Ghana cedis. Yeah. 3 million Ghana cedis. Look, at that time, Akufo-Addo, and one of the main campaign a year and sloganeering they say or inflated cost of projects. At that time, na Ghana folks say this is Kaswa interchange. John Mahama onya de ketwa. Innocent John Mahama bia yade asuye. He may give it a name. He is not interested in the slogan. On kase bia Kaswa interchange na obekona ye bridge peneda ho debi. He's too wise and bigger than that. I mean, he doesn't think like Akufo-Addo. No, he thinks bigger. He dreams bigger. Oh, Saglemi. Ebini Ghana ha. There is nothing like Saglemi. Ewo Ghana ha. A champion crane and news ha. A champion where the biggest housing project. Yeah. Or no necessarily the biggest a year slogan. Operation Feed Yourself. A champion. Now that you see what Ghana hang now can in Boma and news Saglemi quarter. He dreams bigger. He thinks bigger. One year the ketwa. Etikasia way. Every adria. Akufo-Addo tiwono kase adria emre. O twa yam piano na kase adria emre. Upon time enene e pai no. Etikasia every adria wo se adria den emre. Ayam piano atenidie so why inflating cost of project. Kaswa interchange. Papa hospital wo ho. Suku ka ho. E-blocks ni 2 E-blocks. Really? Yes, 2 E-blocks. I can home. Police station can home. Post office. Fire service can home. Post office will home. Market. Kaswa market. Where a man from Queen I can home. Ancillary roads I can home. And the cost of that much. Tikasi we adria. We see adria then. Emre. Pokwasi interchange. Or kwaji sikano. Ewo. African Development Bank ho. Project ni nyina cost Ghana $97 million. Meboa. Yeah. Ghana African Development Bank MI 87 million. Now we see a BB source about 10 million or so. Now Ghana dia de ba source no. John Mahama made provision for it. And then the project ne cost of kama no. Uni say project ne si o sa no. hospital ka ho, school ka ho, market ka ho, police station ka ho.
Na uja for beyo.
Kwara, eno na oma yi ba kwa free mu a, omo se omo de ye 40 year. Instead of 30 year no, omo se omo ye 40 year.
They no more here from hospital now.
I think it's a hospital because I've not seen them build anything.
There is school no hospital no.
No, any bebusa. Until you some sebe. Because ye bebusa, how come John Mahama only said tekpe any ato Nigeria mehu
ato forcing.
Crazily and said then say crazily
what I do is ato forcing.
Ato forcing. Omoko sign contract na African Development Bank in this kind of man John Mahama. 7th November 2016. Tio. Tikasi area adria me na make no. John Mahama wa anya progress interchange say bridge ne pene ye a project no. Hospital ka ho. E kwan na edasoa kwakofa ahomi hodi. Sa kwan ni nyina ka ho. Ena progress interchange etinya de ukwa ya hu ye na ye project ni edin o edin ni de so pokuase but ni nyina ka ho circle interchange sa now obi ababa mu ono de enya cost of enya se project a se bia ye visible se ye hu ono inflate cost of edra ye de be wa ya afo ama o mo ho ato mo enya nkwa
but was it I use it ya nipa benya because this is about human life. So even if it's $30 per dose, fine, let's go.
Kara, look, they should spare us that moment of our time. Or do you need life for that being? Now, Kwabena Dr. Franco strike. Our position, was sponsored Dr. Franco strike. Or sponsored Dr. Franco the Franco strike. But for the intervention of 37 military hospital, and the man John Mahama and I say he will build 38 military hospital in Aferi, Ashanti region.
Onua Kasa, maybe Onua Kasa, 16,000 doses are a shake a American in the market.
Yes.
Mr. Seway.
You
have not used it.
You see?
What that down?
You see?
You're more using it. Say, here. Why don't you use it?
But he's bringing another point. What's in human life from Tina Mobo Sakano? Will be a better would be. Who use it?
And the 16,000 going.
It's a good storage. Who use it?
Sure. It's in your corona or more power. Thank you, by now.
I just received information say, sir, a 130 million, they're not more signing. What 30 million?
Look at that.
$30 million.
30 million.
So, Argentina, are you aiding Trose? Why are they doing that?
Mami Musa was if you see a woman who buy what me at draw as the policy say a flagship program say government communication, a government that invests in propaganda. What trust him say on government communication was spending 10 million. Government communication keke. So on which platform are you speaking? Minority ni bi na yeye. Where I think say and you say minority for omo nya hwe omo ye adwuma but adwuma no omo ye no enso ni eno na ma me bufuo no because say wonya adwuma kra de ene enkanye but adwuma no omo ye no enso ni. What must I say? This is a time abai way ye will be we are seeing her baby ada abai or ye crofo say ye be mada. This is the time I wasn't sorry. Now sorry I'm a pa ubode ro ye crofo anumre wo ye crofo and ukodidi a wo ye crofo emaga na fo nyina hu sa abai ye cro no aban. Yeah, ya boa pa ye cro no. Eka jo Mahama ekofa ni nia Ibrahim Mahama. So I'm going finance minister. I can say, I can go for the baby Pier Tapie.
Hey, Nanga Gromanka, young growth for Bama, Ronnie Pieto, there you was in Kaya, young growth for Bama, your mamma, Kaya for your smart woman. Yeah, can someone make a catcher of work? Marian, so soon as I have no track record, Papa. Or what I see him, or what time, or be a kai, or what time, would the only ma for phone, Google or what time, never any passu, I won't you. Finance minister oba bemu na ono no wedding cash say tax heavy adwuma no woye ama
minia ayi suhini kobusa no our vetting grounds sani pa we ebede na penso obi a oye adwuma organ ha bia oye na adwuma tax heavy mu enti samo omu wie sika ni wie na wo na wo te Texas wo no wo ma mete Ghana ha obre unu ebi te Ghana ha obre na wo de wanya ho
enti se dogo bi ba
wo te glass nko amu enti no wo nwe ye ho na wo de nsamfu na wo be trotro de abre ya yete ha ye hwe wo anoma bi su o se ye hwe wo ani.
Live at Accra 100.5 Citizen Show on Accra FM on Tadi FM Western region. But personally, me I'm a break because of course this closer Sikano Aira. Me scandals be bresu organa ya kan and say no Akufo-Addo no man ni nyina na say enche betwam. So this close-out money is gone. Obia anti wan sembio. Issues about
saying that on authority. Enquire. She can across maka.
Listen, we have stayed with this government for 5 years. At least me mean 2 kwanko baby. So I know what has happened, and I'm speaking based on my experience.
Anyway, you have a point because ono pe ensuna benua and all you think to fair wiem I evaporate.
Voilà.
Bust.
In the identity, you know no ekosi say. Obi bibi me pacho yeti unim so omako Egypt aba esiama munkunta $2 million ayira ana omode na kwatre fi boko din ene so akata okay yabande ne aba they couldn't account for $2 million.
Omamu ha so ne wona Brazil omko Brazil ba ya yeti hu
omso obi akonom ayi kubensio
yabane de yaba $2 million esiama and unim omo ya no mo di nipa na kwatena se din quiet into by 6 months no be arrefi
akwai boacheja akodi
yeah quiet
I'm not be power so obi akofa America ba eje 510 wo se eson dodo wo ba ya what 2 times 3
okay so I think say closer issue no is there then the population census need there obi an obet me convince me said the minority probably they are not complicit in this issue because adena ekoso no a obi anka ho asem no sa no ehu na enwanwa na efere say uja for me ati say was what issue say 467 million normal disbursement and the chance aka almost like 33 million Ghana cedis no around 50 and someone can nipa ba kokra
just kutume hwe oto agronko na edi
and just aka be 51 million be that say almost so much ni nyina meanwhile Ghana Fiscal Service they are struggling with cars.
The silence of the minority.
We need
the spotlight on the minority.
Yeah, the minority. The problem with problem I want to say, minority. No, yes, I want to lighter. Either they will call Sedun Ketia, they will call for some powerful, they will call somebody. Me you want for MP NDC MPs ni bi wa me nkasa o moda me no mo bi
na de obi
o mo yan kola ama me
ai obi di
o mo yan kola ama me
nipa no ye need that so nyina parliament na media sisi say media FLA because I bind there
dream no unim the problem is say o the Akufo-Addo government decided, say, okay, so we can use the money to compromise them. And they are compromising the media. I'm not compromising even in Crawford cry normal SES at Tamils for not Tamils time today everything Akufo-Addo does one of act on Crawford Oriani boom no wadi no want to be a mameka. You understand? Yes, Amori. So that is the weapon I say Akufo-Addo will use. And you see, Omo compromise the media, and now Omo compromise the minority, and it's not only in parliament. Even some of the CPP, PNC, NDC, national executives, and Koso business now. So now the whole game now Baba business, and that is the danger. from NDC, from the flag bearer to the last person, meet me inside will be 80. Because I don't know what is going on. There are certain things they don't have interest. There are certain things they have an interest. There are certain things as Ombeka or Monka. There are certain things they just cover up. And it tells you that something is happening.
I think that we can easily say, evil is taking over Ghana.
Sharp.
The evil forces are winning.
Sharp.
And what I was saying is, between you and I, we
now,
should
listen,
not,
you are getting the picture.
Where do you stand? Listen, where?
No, we are. You see,
but we will win.
Yes, we will win, but it will take time because let me tell you, Ebia, Minia, David Tiase, said David, be compromise, then you come dinunkuno. Similar, maybe. Listen, is ready that any kaya the basic. If you ready said the basic, I don't care whatever happens to me in life.
And I'm grateful. Said there is a David in the house.
Yeah, but the
will go.
But the point is, as we keep on pushing, as we keep on fighting, those or more compromise, no, they stands at the chance of benefiting from the fight. Finito, and that is the danger.
You see,
it's either we stop.
No, we should still fight on. Let's soldier on.
Because
I don't care. I don't care who benefits after. I don't think my sweat. Look, you see, Kwabena. So my way
year because my mama said
disagree.
Any year because my child the next step at the Akufo-Addo. The next, if NDC is able to win 2024, the Omariano. This for better no man and this Yakoma no. You see? You see, that is the danger.
I'm say the Wokano. Ubu a man for a bem.
But I'm just predicting a dear Mumba. And look, it's clear. A idea
because exactly. So why Jean say? Wonya dia etina wonya anya den na wote ho na so kwani wo mine na wo
enu ya dwon
so wo asma me
so wonya ne tina so wo compromise wo ho tina ene no ene wo se nka wodi tonton sansan bo Akufo-Addo etina once na mechi wo ye kromfo so you have several evidences.
So you see NDC any other opposition party in silence ni nyina ne say
me ya ne wa ya adwen
that be no I'm telling you
in the year
send this bar. What they will do is that they are more for half from na minyamo. So NDC for no so by jisikan they are good them now be individual money because pass it through any system. Yani a friend free money and it happens. So money corrupt consura. That is how it operates. Free money. Yani na no station or various a down home. My bag necessary. They are near the no. Just a revolution ba nyahu say we neska say na nesin pass we na say na nesia we that is what we call free money. The free money is a collaboration between party taking over and the oko
the thief and the yet to be thief
and this offer a ye be $10 million and a be a party afa omoba no ma fro. Look, we have evidence, you have taken this blah 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 blah. Okay, me pamcho $6 million. You ain't go through system. And anybody around your Mahama or anybody within the government, no jia, or also the akotwo, when you be no ama gate pa frimuko. What do you say? Oko kasa into the yedi kakrabe 1 or 2 years. Echile bejo. Ghana the ere fear the 10. And so that is the danger. And me no, but look,
after all what you have made, no, it's intelligence speaking, and you are good at that. And so I think, say, no one should rather encourage us. I say in crying, say, with having all this information, you know, and say in crying, say we should soldier on, win the battle, and when the battle is won, keep an eye,
it's simple,
an eagle eye.
The people must take their destiny into their
and make sure they are brought to them.
All right, thank you. So, I close collateral. Thank you so much. Give us about center power capsules. Give us about Give us cold capsules. Then we have our Collis in Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic, Bright Soldier capsules, Bright Garlic Plus capsules. Listen and Apoku, thank you so much. And Hashem Koma, David Tabaklo, thank you, production crew. Thank you very much. The next program, Obra Control,